Hello, and welcome. Today, I want to share a story with you, a timeless tale that might just change the way you see yourself and the world around you. Long, long ago, nestled in the heart of a deep, sprawling forest, lived a wise old man. His hut was modest, built from the forest's own offerings, but his wisdom was vast, like the sky itself. People from every corner of the world, from bustling cities to distant villages, would undertake long journeys just to seek his guidance and learn from his profound knowledge. One bright morning, two eager young men arrived at his doorstep. Their faces were filled with hope and determination. The first young man stepped forward, bowed deeply, and said, "Wise elder, your fame has reached our lands. We have heard tales of your unparalleled knowledge and have traveled far. Please, we beg you, accept us as your students." The second young man, equally earnest, echoed his friend's plea. "Yes, master," he said, his voice filled with respect. "We wish to learn from you, to absorb even a fraction of your wisdom." The old man looked at them, his eyes kind and his smile calm. He listened patiently to their request and then spoke, his voice gentle but firm. "Before I can accept you as my students, you must first pass a simple test. It is a test not of strength, but of character." He then turned and went inside his small hut. A moment later, he emerged, holding two beautifully crafted clay pigeons. They were painted with intricate detail, their colors shining brilliantly in the morning sunlight. They looked so real, so full of life. He handed one pigeon to each of the young men. "Take this pigeon. Instructed, your task is to find a place where no one, absolutely no one, can see you. And there, you must break its neck. Only when you have completed this task, should you return to me." The two young men bowed, accepting the challenge, and walked away from the hut, each holding his clay pigeon. The first young man didn't go very far. He walked just a short distance until the old man's hut was out of sight. He glanced around, quick left, right behind him. Seeing no one, a smug grin spread across his face. This is far too easy," he muttered to himself. "No one is here. The old man will never know." Without a second thought, he snapped the neck of the clay pigeon. With a sense of pride and accomplishment, he turned and walked back to the master's hut, ready to claim his place as a student. But the second young man had a very different experience. He clutched the pigeon and walked deep into the forest, determined to find a place of perfect solitude. He found a quiet spot under a large, ancient tree. "This is it," he thought. "Surely, no one can see me here." But just as he was about to act, he noticed a small bird perched on a branch high above, chirping and watching him with its tiny, curious eyes. "No," he whispered, "this bird is watching me. This won't do." So he moved on, deeper into the woods, until he found a dense thicket of bushes. He crawled inside, surrounded by leaves. "Perfect," he thought. "Now I am completely hidden." But as he settled, he became aware of the buzzing of insects all around him. Dragonflies, bees, and tiny gnats flitted past his face. "Oh," he sighed, feeling a growing sense of unease. "Even these small creatures are watching me." Growing more and more restless, he decided to take an extreme measure. He found a soft patch of earth and began to dig. He dug a hole deep enough to sit in, thinking that underground he would finally be alone. He sat inside the hole, pulling the earth around him. "Now," he thought with a sense of relief, "now, surely no one can see me." He held the clay pigeon, but its beautifully painted eyes seemed to stare right back at him. He realized, even its own eyes are watching me. He quickly covered the pigeon with a piece of cloth. Then, to be absolutely sure, he closed his own eyes as tightly as he could. Now, he convinced himself, no one is watching. Not the birds, not the insects, not the pigeon, not even me. But in that complete darkness and silence, a voice suddenly echoed, not from the outside, but from within his own heart. A clear, powerful voice that said, "I am watching you. The young man's hands began to shake. A profound realization washed over him. Tears welled up in his eyes and streamed down his cheeks. He couldn't do it. He could not break the pigeon's neck. He understood that no matter where he went, no matter how well he hid, there was one witness he could never escape: himself. With the clay pigeon still intact, he climbed out of the hole and returned to the old man. He approached the master, his head bowed not in shame, but in newfound understanding. "Master," he said, his voice trembling slightly, "I could not do it." He held out the unbroken pigeon. "Everywhere I went, I found that someone was watching me. The birds in the trees, the insects in the bushes. Finally, when I thought I was completely alone, hidden from the world, I realized the most important witness of all was still there. My own heart, my own soul. It is always watching. I understood that nothing can ever be hidden from it." The old man's eyes, which had been watching him with gentle patience, now shone with pride and admiration. He placed a hand on the young man's shoulder. "My son," he said warmly, "you have truly passed the test. You have understood the most vital lesson of all." He turned to both young men. "Remember this always. Your conscience is the greatest witness. You may be able to hide your actions from the world, from your friends, your family, even your teacher, but you can never hide anything from yourself, from your own inner soul. It sees everything." The first young man, who had been standing there proudly with his broken pigeon, now looked down at the ground, his face flushed with shame. He finally understood the true nature of the test. The second young man bowed low, his heart filled with gratitude and respect. That day, they both learned a lesson that would guide them for the rest of their lives. True honesty, true integrity, isn't about what you do when others are watching. It's about who you are when no one is watching. We can put on a show for the world, but we cannot fool the person in the mirror. Our conscience, that inner voice, is our constant companion. When we learn to listen to it, we find the strength to do what is right, even when it's difficult. And living with that kind of integrity is what brings true, lasting peace and self-respect. What do you think of this story? Does this lesson resonate with you? If you believe that our inner conscience is our truest guide, type yes in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts and experiences with this idea. Thank you so much for watching and for sharing this moment with me. If you enjoyed this story and want to hear more like it, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss our next one. Until next time, take care.